All right, good morning. What's going on, everybody? It is bitterly cold on a Saturday morning, and we're getting ready to go film another episode of the After Prison podcast. I didn't want to start this video off inside of the vehicle. We film all too often and all too much up inside of the vehicle. So how about a nice scenic background? Just make sure that I don't go falling in the water. We got a decent amount of wind, so I also wanted to test our dead cat on top of this camera to see how this would hold up against a decent amount of wind. But neither here nor there. Let me share with you guys a little bit about our guest on this next podcast. This is our 4th episode right here, and man, we have been having some awesome guests. First starting out with Travion Blunt, then Darnell Phillips, then John Chapman, and today a guy by the name of Ty. Ty is a guy that served time with Banky. I'm pretty sure Ty served at least 10 years, and maybe a little bit more than that. And he's also somewhat of a local celebrity out here after prison. This is a guy who is pursuing a rap career, and I find that really interesting because so many dudes that you're gonna be locked up with, they're gonna be beating on the table and being, you know, sometimes annoying with it. Everybody while locked up has these pipe dreamish ideas, and this is no shot, this is no, you know, slander toward anybody. Hell, I was even one of these guys doing it. Beatboxing on the table, thinking that I was gonna come home and be the after prison version of Eminem. Well, Ty's a guy who was actually doing this. And in fact, he may actually be one of the best local rappers in this area. I've never met this dude before, but this is a guy who is finding success after prison from a pipe dreamish type of an idea. You know, so many people, I can't emphasize this enough, so many people while locked up think they're gonna go home and be a rapper. Well, this dude Ty is a guy who is actually doing that. I can't wait to get an opportunity to meet this guy, share his story with all of you through this After Prison podcast. The full episode, video-wise, is gonna be available on Banky Pound. This is just our video. We've been going back and forth sharing episodes either on After Prison Show or on Banky Pound. So this episode is gonna be on his channel. This is his guest, a guy that he knows quite well from serving time. And I can't wait to meet this dude. I know he's gonna have an interesting story. I think all of you guys are gonna be intrigued by this. And if you wanna see the full episode, you're gonna be able to see that on Banky's channel. If you don't wanna watch it and you wanna listen to it, we're on Spotify, iTunes, iHeart. We're on like 10 different streaming platforms. I can't even name them all. Spotify and iTunes or Apple Podcasts. Those are our 2 top download spots for the podcast. We got a beautiful day. Hey, leave a like on this video, and the next time you see me, I'll swan dive into this water. Joel, show this nasty ass water right here. If we get 4 likes on this video, I'm kidding, I'm not doing shit. All right, let's go set up for the podcast, and let's get ready to meet this guy by the name of Ty, who might just be the top local rapper in our area. I think Banky even said he was supposed to write some kind of a song for him and I ain't never had nobody write no song for me before. I'd be kind of flattered and interested to hear if he did that. So let's go.
My mentality going into prison was I'm gonna have to show somebody. Oh, you know what I mean? It was like, then when you get there, you know what I mean? As you start to bid, you realize like, yo, dude's trying to chill, dude's trying to smoke, trying to get a girl or something. They trying to make some money, make some moves. But you know, my initial thought going into there was I'm gonna show somebody. I'm dying to show somebody. Right. I hope somebody try me so I can show them. Cause in my mind, I'm from Virginia Beach. They gonna think I got all these crazy thoughts going notions, on. Yeah. Preconceived notions that they gonna think I'm soft because I'm from Virginia Beach. They gonna call me a all kind of crazy stuff going on in my mind. And I'm like, yo, I'm dying to show somebody. You know what I mean? But then it was just like, I was just naturally like a cool dude. I could hoop, I could rap. You know what I mean? I'm down to rumble and I could rumble a little bit. So it's like everybody just cool with me. You know what I mean? But when I actually got to receiving, the little crowd I was hanging with, one of the dudes ended up saying something crazy to me. And I can't remember exactly what he said, but I know I took it as disrespect. Right. So I was like, yo, but dude was a gang member. So I'm like, look, I'm going to get off this gate before this goes somewhere else. And when I said that, he said, I don't give a fuck. It's whatever. Something like that, he said. So I'm like, what? Because I'm just fresh out the jail. I never had nobody talk to me like this. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna end up having to show him. So his homeboy come to the gate. So I guess they in the same set or whatever. You already know how that go. Once one go, they all go. So now he like, you ain't built like that. This such and such. Yeah, do something to me. You talking that shit to him, do it to me. You know what I mean? But I never thought about doing. I'm just like, yo, I'm gonna holler. We was joking, and he said something that I took disrespectful. I was like, yo, I'm out of here. And then he was like, it's whatever. I don't give a fuck. And then that's when he came with, do it to me. Talk that shit to me, nigga. You ain't built like that. So now he's still talking the whole time he talking. I done put the sheet up on the door. I done made the lock in the sock. I was in the cell with a white dude that had already been locked up. Like, this probably like his 10th, but he done did like 20 years altogether. Yeah. So when I made the lock in the sock, he like, nah, you don't do it like that. You do it like this. So he showed me how to double the sock up, put it through the loop. You know what I mean? To get it nice and tight. You know what I mean? I'm sitting down smoking a cigarette. I took the sheet down. So some of the dudes that know me is like, Lord, why they talking that crazy shit to this retarded motherfucker? You feel what I'm saying? So they already know once I put the sheet up, I was doing something crazy. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. So I'm sitting down, I'm waiting for them to call Chad now because I already got in my mind, I'm fucking him up. He a big dude too. I already said I'm fucking him up. So when I go inside the child hall, it was a table like this in the child hall. We had power to and receiving. It was 4 of them. One was sitting here, one was sitting here, one was sitting here. They didn't even budge. When I walked in the child, because in my mind, I'm like, wherever I see him at is where I'm going to get the swing in this lock at. So being that they didn't even budge, they didn't even move, I said, oh my God. So they must think I ain't going to do nothing. I said, oh, I got his ass. I swear to God, I sat right behind the dude. So when I set my tray down, I went through the whole line and got my tray, sat right behind him. I put my tray down and I pulled the lock out and I turned around and hit him. Boom! Man, I hit him so hard. He was so big, he just turned around and rushed me. We get to touching a little bit. I end up getting the best of him, doing him real bad. You feel what I'm saying? I had so much blood on me. They thought I got hit. They rushed me to the hospital. I'm like, yo, there's nothing wrong with me. They like, you need to see yourself. What do you mean? You probably just in shock. And all this stuff, you know what I mean? They end up taking me to the hospital and all of that.
They took you to the hospital?
Yeah.
Like the outside hospital?
No. I mean, medical. Yeah. So they got frustrated with me because they were like, man, get him out of here. Ain't nothing wrong with him. You feel what I'm saying? Once they cleaned the blood up on me, they say I ain't had nothing on me. So the investigator come and he talked to me. And this is where the other light bulb clicked off in my head. So he say, listen, I seen your kind before thousands of times. He said, you the kind of dude that come into prison 10, 11 years, and you think it's the end of the world, then you end up doing 25, 30 years. You feel what I'm saying? So that's when it was kind of like, everything don't need a reaction. Right. You feel what I'm saying?
Everything don't need
I was still struggling with it after that, but it was like, everything don't have to escalate to the, because my mentality was I'm going to stab somebody. I was already going to hit one dude in the head with the lock over, I forgot what it was, something super petty though. So that's the only reason why that was the first thought once the dude was talking crazy. You know what I mean? It was because I was already ready to do it. And my homeboy was like, why the fuck you buy? Because he seen me fight in the jail. So he was like, man, why the fuck would you buy a lock? I said, man, you think this for somebody stealing my shit, man? This is a weapon. I don't give a fuck about nobody. You feel what I'm saying? So that was always my mentality. I was just violent.
Man, Jesus. Where was I going with
and
this?
there's many dudes come into prison with that mentality. That's what dudes come in with because you heard so many stories, especially if you've never been locked up before.
Yeah.
You heard so many stories about how prison is and what they do in prison, and you got to be super ultra aggressive, or you know what I'm saying, you're going to be taken advantage of, or you're going to be labeled as this or that. So people come in there with that type of mentality. And a lot of times if you don't get a hold of it, that's what end up keeping you in prison.
So what would ever happen with that particular situation? Would there be any kind of retaliation, or would it just be deaded after that?
Yeah, it was like, with them dudes, there's going to be some retaliation.
So we just got a chance to meet Banky's guy, Ty Pretty. He's a rapper dude. He's a good rapper. His story is insane. And you guys probably just seen a little sneak peek or a little story that he shared with us. If you guys want to see the full podcast, I definitely think you should check it out. Hell of a story this guy shares, and what he's been through is just insane all the way around the board. But gosh almighty, man, I ain't never heard some of the stuff that this guy has shared with us happening to anybody. I mean, that's how insane that this was. But again, Full podcast available on Banky Pound. Definitely go check that out on Spotify, iTunes, iCloud, whatever. Everywhere that you can stream, look for the After Prison podcast. There's probably some links down below. Check those out. Hell of a lot more on the way. Hell of a lot more podcasts on the way. And that's it. Hope you guys have a great day. Thank you so much for taking the time. And let me know what you think down there in those pesky little comments. Say something positive, please. Because I can use a little positivity every now and then.